How you doing? We're back, and guess who we have?
Woo woo! We're back.
Kim
Yeah.
is back. It's
Surprise!
welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where history meets the paranormal, and
See,
we got Kim back. Well, tonight's our year anniversary. 1 year we've been doing this show, so it's big thing for us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put on, we have a little promo I want to show for what we had for the whole year. So I'm going to put that on. Is that all right, guys?
yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Matter of fact, the music in this clip, it's my band. We did a demo back in
Cool.
'92. I am the drummer, so any kind of beats you hear, that's me. So here we
The
go.
drama.
to nowhere. Road 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 to
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my goodness.
I want to thank each and every one of those pictures, those people in that little clip, for being part of our show for the last year. It was a wonderful show. We had such a great time. Each and every one of our guests was awesome. You know, we had a great time with everybody. So thank you for being part of our journey and on this show. So thank you again. So
Wow. That was beautiful, Anthony. Well done. Loved it. Loved it. Gosh.
Well
Is there
done.
so many
Love the
memories?
music.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
So
It went fast.
So
52
good.
episodes. It went fast. Well, here we
52,
go.
yeah.
I know. Can
Yes.
you
52.
Yeah, it went by very
52
quick.
great guests.
Yes.
Love it.
It's been great.
We have fantastic guests on tonight on our
We do.
year anniversary. I'm so happy to have them. And Jennie, I want you to have the honors.
We have a joke on this show that Anthony has me introduce people because he would even mess up the name Smith. And believe it or not, what do we have tonight? We have a Smith.
And I do
So-
mess up. No.
That is perfect,
Right.
actually.
We have some super special guests on for our anniversary show tonight. We're so grateful for that. They're going to be here. They're traveling tomorrow, so they really made the time to come say hi to us tonight. So thank you for that. Two of my favorites. We have first we have Chris Smith, who is the founder of the Wraith Chasers and the Tennessee Wraith Chasers and the Wraith Chasers. He's a cast member of Ghost Asylum, Haunted Towns, and Haunted Live. And we also have, I'm going to get it, Mike Goncalves, correct? Is that correct?
It's
No,
consultant.
oh shoot. I heard one of your friends say it at Gettysburg.
Yeah, I just let him roll with it.
Okay, you let him go. Is it Goncalves?
Yep, that's it.
She said it with a C and I went, oh, I was wrong. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, then I was right in my head. Well, Mike, welcome.
Thank you.
Mike is a musician. We were just talking about playing the drums, a songwriter, and also a cast member on Haunted Towns and Haunted Live.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And much more that we'll get to. But briefly,
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm honored that we're on the anniversary episode. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Kinda
we're
fun,
so
right?
happy you guys could make tonight. You guys gonna make tonight our anniversary, year anniversary. You guys on? It's making our making our night more
Very special.
like I said, I'm happy for everybody that was part of our journey within the year, and I'm welcoming you guys be part of our journey with this show.
Hell
And
yeah, man. We're honored.
it's awesome, So, yeah, like I said, I'm glad you guys made it tonight because I know you guys are going on a long trip tomorrow. So you guys are going with tomorrow. You guys going with your group or just vacationing?
Oh no, there's a paranormal convention out there, and so we're going to be a part of that, and then stay a few
Okay.
extra days, or a day early and a day after, kind of, because we've over the years made friends out there too. So we're going to be a little dual, some visiting and then some work stuff too.
Yeah. It's awesome when you get to go. I mean, well, you're going to England, aren't you, or you going to UK?
Yes,
Nice.
That's one place I would love to go to, just to go to a castle.
Oh, yeah.
Or walk down one of those old streets that I see on shows all the time, And not just for the paranormal part, for the historic part of it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think honestly that takes over for us because especially our first or second, third trip over there, you just kind of go up and start touching things and like buildings and monuments, and you're like, man, this thing is thousands of years old. We don't really have things that are that old over here, so it's like, oh, this is a couple hundred years old, which is still cool. But you go over there and everything's just the history is so much more vast and rich, So pretty cool.
You just walk into those places and think 1,000 years ago there was people here, just to get that feeling of the history. I love that. And also the way, I'm a retired electrician, so I've been to some of these old, some buildings and stuff, and the architect of these buildings, and they're still standing, and they're thousands of years through all this weathering and whatever was going through there from battles to whatever was going on. Just these, plagues and everything else, just to see. And
exactly. Yeah, we got buildings here that were built in the 80s and they're falling apart.
Yeah.
Wow. Pubs over there. Some of those pubs over there still have thatched roofs on them, and we're having a pint under a thatched roof that was built God knows when.
I know we did a couple years ago. We went to Kirkstall Abbey. The place was beautiful. It was built in like 11 something. I might be wrong. 11 something or 12 something. Like it really matters when it's that old.
Right.
Anyway, the place was beautiful.
Give or take.
Then it was like at the end of the night, it was time to go, and we're like, we forgot to ghost hunt. It's like we were just walking around and doing that, touching the walls, and there was tombs, and we were like laying in the tombs and just feeling it, soaking it in, and looking at all these little tiles that were all hand carved with little symbols, and it's like somebody did this that long ago, and it's like, and all of a sudden the night's over, and we're like, we didn't even do anything except explore,
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I know I'd probably be doing the same thing. Like, we're supposed to do something.
Well, we'll get it the next time we come back.
Yeah, well, next time we come out a year or two.
For another 1,000 years.
It's like a different world there for sure. Like I investigated in Canterbury at the cathedral, and same thing. Like it took me like 4 hours to finish exploring it and taking photos and looking at everything, and then I was like, oh. And Dover Castle as well, and we found a lot of sheep. That was our big evidence. Sheep, and more sheep.
Like the only thing we would capture in a photo if it's in a selfie, It's like
exactly. No, they were like coming up to us, looking at us. Like we were so fascinated with the sheep, we barely got anything done. They were so cute.
I love that.
On your cell phone, you take photos, and it's like a ghost of some kind of knight in the background, the castle. You're like, he wasn't there. I know.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
It's even in this country. I was thinking about you guys. Are you both from Tennessee originally?
I am born and raised. Yeah.
Okay. So even in this country, right? Like as you get from the East Coast, I notice, and you move over, it changes, like age-wise and things. Like we have a lot of Revolutionary War buildings here. That's the big thing in New Jersey. We joke that it's hard to find a place that George Washington didn't sleep. Really. Right. Like it's everything is George Washington slept here, George Washington worked here, George Washington lived here. But as we move towards Kansas and things like that, it changes a little bit, the age, the focus. And, by the time you get to California, it's a totally different story.
Down here, it's all the Civil War. We joke around a lot about it's like I'm so sick of the Civil War because like a lot of the places that we investigate, the historical places, have ties to the Civil War. How could they not in this area, and even in the surrounding states?
Yes, exactly. There tends to be a focus. I was thinking about that today.
So, Mike, are you originally from Jersey?
Yeah,
you're a Jersey person because
wow.
Because when I book people, I look at some stuff on them so I can ask questions also. So you're originally
13, baby.
I'm from Queens. I'm a New Yorker. They're from Jersey.
Right?
They're Jerseys.
That's like South Jersey, South Jersey.
Where are you from? Oh yeah.
Oh, I think said exit 13. Did you say exit 13?
Yeah, off the turnpike. That's Elizabeth.
Oh.
Off the turnpike.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's Elizabeth.
That's in the middle. Right in the middle.
That's in the middle. That's
That's not too far
Revolutionary
from the
War
airport.
home front.
When I lived there, I didn't do anything ghost.
You don't know.
No, I mean when I lived there, I didn't do anything paranormal related at all to know.
Oh, really?
So the only time we've been anything, unless well, we filmed in Cape May, but that doesn't really count as New Jersey in my book. And then,
It's like Delaware.
yeah, and then the Para-Unity convention. I think that's the only Jersey things we've done.
Right. Well, you guys did Rolling Hills in New York. I went to high school in Rochester, right near there. That was always one of my favorites, Rolling Hills. I always found that to be a fascinating place.
Oh, it's a great place. Yeah, we love going. We
Yeah.
go once a year. We hit it up.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really good.
You
That's a
guys
good
did
one.
something
That
now.
counts.
You've seen that. Yeah.
We just got back from there. When were we there? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Okay.
seen them on advertising it on I think it was Facebook or something, or whatever you advertised it on. I seen you guys
Yeah.
were going there. You guys go there often, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
once
well,
a year.
yeah.
Every National Ghost Hunting Day, we're at Rolling Hills.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool.
that's
very
cool. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask a basic question like we always ask on the show. How did you guys get started with all this paranormal stuff? You know,
For me, I never even like I was afraid of the movie Gremlins. I didn't watch horror movies. I was not that kind of kid. I was not into any of that. I was like the kid always, asking to keep the light on and watching TV when I go to bed. So I was never interested in anything like that, which has completely flipped the script. After probably about I don't know my early 20s. But never had a paranormal experience as a child. But when I was probably like 20, I don't know, I'm going to say 26, 27. There's so many of these of me, and I probably give a different age in every one of them because I can't remember the exact age when I had it. I know it was in my 20s, and it was my grandfather's barn, and I saw a shadow person. It was my very first paranormal experience. And, when you first experience this, you kind of have this weird thing that goes in your head, like, did I really see that? Did I really experience it? And then when you realize that you do, your first instinct is fear. It's like, oh, wow, this is scary. This is real. And then for me, the second inclination was, curiosity. I wanted to know what it was and why it was. And that's kind of what led me down the path and got me started into it.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did you ever figure out who it was?
Well, in that particular barn, it's a big pile of wood now, but there was a gentleman that back in the 50s actually shot and killed himself with a shotgun. And actually, my grandfather showed us like the blood stains that were still on the wall to that day.
Wow.
Wow.
It was like a whole thing where he got sent away. I don't know if it was prison or like a home or like an asylum. Came back and his wife and his family were gone, and he just took his life. I don't know if that was him. We actually investigated that barn a couple of times. It was actually my brother Brandon's very first investigation, and we've gotten a few things over the years, but never conclusively know who it was. But still to this day, shadow figures are the thing that really interests me the most, and that I'm still very curious about. I can count on two hands in the last 15 years how many I've seen. And, it's just every time it's like when you see one the first time and you see one again, you know exactly what it is because they all move kind of the same way. They got this weird way that they move and they take different forms and shapes and heights, but they always move the same way. So it's kind of it's just a mystery that I don't think we'll ever get the answer to, but one that always intrigues me, and I think always will.
Yeah. Shadow figures are very. I do spirit art, so I draw what I see, and I have a bunch of those with just shadows. And you're right; they move a certain way, and you can spot them out. Even if you're pitch black dark, you can see something still moving, and it's really.
Well, it's
wild.
it's like when it's pitch black, but the dark gets darker. When you think it can't get any dark, and it's like you can still see it. But no, you're right with that. It's funny that you say that.
It's wild.
Well, it's weird we call them shadow people, but they cast. I've seen them cast their own shadows before. It's like a shadow that has a shadow. It's weird.
I've never heard of that. Wow. And I love that you describe the movement because everybody always says the same thing. It's like if it's darker in the dark, you can see that it's darker. It's always like the visual, but I've only seen 2, but I never noticed the movement. So now next time I'm going to notice. Thank you.
Well, yeah, and also if you see other people's evidence, like I can always tell usually if it's been altered or if it's legit, because it's really hard to recreate that. I mean, it's getting really rough nowadays with AI to be able to differentiate when people are trying to fake evidence, but you know, with the apps and everything. But like if you see one and you watch the way it moves, and they all have this certain kind of pattern and this quickness to them, and just this really eerie kind of unnatural way that they move around. It's like I can usually look at something and be like, yep, I can tell that's one for sure.
Yeah, next time I see one, I got to look for a shadow.
I'm thinking like they have a jerky movement.
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
You know?
So I have a little bit of a theory, and this will be interesting to hear a theory of yours, Chris, or both of yours, of why you think shadow figures arise. But there's something about them where I feel like they're almost energy is going into them, which is why they're darker than the rest of it. So they almost kind of have it. They're like, I don't want to call it like a sucking of an energy, but it's almost like the energy is going into them, which kind of creates them. And which is also why it creates a shadow, is because they're like a solid thing, but it's like a negative entropy. It's like a negative entropy kind of thing that's happening. And I mean, there's all kinds of theories about that, but there was one thing I was kind of contemplating was about like infrared and all that stuff, and how cameras can see them more likely because they are a different composition of energy than what we would normally figure as light, which is why they show up as this like darker than dark. And from them, you can almost like feel like there's just like this, like they intrigue, right? They bring your attention, and then you're almost like, I don't know, in them kind of. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little more sensitive.
No, it's funny you say that, because like the whole burst thing, or like how they're bringing energy to them, because that also adds to what I was talking about, the way they move. If you ever see lightning, you know, it's very quick, and they're very quick and unnatural, or like, you know, a certain burst of light. I mean, it's almost the opposite of that, because the way they move is very quickly and unnatural, almost as if they're maybe getting like, it's like a shock or a burst. So yeah, I mean, that's very interesting. Never heard that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's great with that, because there's so many with all the paranormal stuff, and this is why we enjoy what we do every week, is talking to people and getting their theories. Because people ask us at Rolling Hills, people are asking, you get the staple questions people always ask, but some people are asking us good questions. We're like, wow, well, this is just my take on it, you know, and there's no right or wrong, because we don't know. So it's like, here's what I think this is. And it's like, oh, please tell me. Because it's like, I love hearing, because you go, you know, maybe we're all right and we're all wrong in a little bit together. And this is going to be a very poor description of it, but Dustin Perry has a great theory when it comes to just almost time, not time travel, but just different when it comes to shadow people. And it's like, if this is us, and then this is whatever plane or whatever realm they're on, and every so often when it's like, when those paths cross is when we experience things, and maybe they're just barely there, and that's why they're shadow, or they're out of focus. It's like, it's there, it's not, it's there, it's not, and maybe it's these two things are touching, so it's like, you know, you're, and of course he can explain it way better than me going pink, 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 but you know, you get the gist of it, and it's like, you know what, that makes sense too. And it's like, you're barely, you know.
Yeah, like, you know, being an electrician. So, you know, when sometimes things don't touch, but they still arc.
Yeah.
So,
and you're still getting a little spark.
So maybe that's that spark you're saying is making it come on, because there's a spark of electricity, that spark of energy that goes through two things that are not touching, but it's lighting, you know, it's lighting it up as it does the spark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it does that little stream of light. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, that's what I like about you guys too. It's like, you guys are so, you know, you've been on shows, you've been on, you know, you do the tours and everything, and you're experienced, but you're still saying that you could learn from somebody else. That's how I feel. I've been in it for a long time, and I always feel that you can still learn from the newest person to now. Especially with questions, they question everything that you're like, wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
So-
we're constantly learning every single weekend. I don't
Mhm.
think we'll ever, like, even on our show, they would call us experts, and I don't believe they exist in this field. That you're
Mhm.
really investigating and researching something that you don't understand. I mean, I don't think we ever will. We can have theories, and then we can build upon that, and then sometimes you can throw that theory over your right shoulder and then grab a new theory. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yes.
it's always evolving and moving and changing. And I don't know. We always say this in Q&As every weekend. We're kind of those guys that we don't really care how the roller coaster is built. We just like to ride it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very cool. Very
That's a
cool.
good analogy.
Yeah. It's we're always open to learn. Like I said, and you can learn from anybody in this field. From like I said, you might have somebody new coming in with newer questions and open. They're not influenced by anybody else at the time, and they come in with the best questions or some of their theories. And like you said, you throw out some of your old theories and you bring in, and you start reevaluating some of your theories with the new questions or new things that are coming out, technology or whatever. So
Right.
you
I
know,
totally agree with that. Like I have a science background, same with Kimm. And so I'll go into all these complicated things in my head and think and never sleep. And then like a 10-year-old will say to me, well, what about this? And I'm like, you're right. Like a child will see it a different way. And I'll say, you know what? I know nothing. I know nothing, So we work with kids a lot in some of our events, and I learn more from them.
Right.
Same.
well, I like working with kids because you can
Yeah.
show them, you could just point them in the right direction to, not be afraid and how to go about things, but they're young enough to do it their own way.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, we
That's why I
work with people, first timers, constantly, weekly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And usually they're a little bit more timid. They don't want to say
Mhm.
something. They don't want to talk because it's like, yeah, it's your first time doing it. You're going to feel kind of funny with a group of people talking to something you can't see in the dark that may or may not be there. But it's like we're all doing the same thing. And I always say to them, it's like if it feels dumb and you feel silly saying it or doing it, that's the time to do it because nobody's thought of it before. We can just copy off of Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures or us or this and that. And it's like, and it's
Mhm.
normal, but it's like if it feels, especially if people who built things or want to try an experiment and it feels silly, it's like that's the time to do it. That means it's new. Nobody's done it.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
Yeah.
We skipped you, Mike. We didn't get to the beginning of
Yeah.
your story.
I was just
We
going to
didn't.
say.
I didn't mean to. We started talking about shadow figures, and we never.
I
went
know I
back.
ruined it. I went off on a tangent.
No, you didn't.
No, we love it.
Tangents are
What
my
was the
life.
story?
Well, how
I
did you
love
get
you.
started? How did you get started with the?
Yeah, I feel
oh.
bad that we skipped you.
No,
Sorry.
Oh, I
Sorry.
forgot all about it. I was like going on with the shadow. No, I got started working production on Ghost Asylum. Actually, before Ghost Asylum, Exorcism Live, and I knew the guys, so it's like it was a music career going strong at that time. But we were off the road, and I was like used to living out of a suitcase and traveling. So I was like, "Can you get me a gig on the show?" And they're like, "It's nothing glamorous, but we can get you a production gig." I'm like, "Let's do it." So started working. Actually, it's 10 years this month doing this now, and I loved it. I thought it was very cool. And I never watched paranormal TV. I didn't know anything about it. I just thought more of the behind the scenes stuff and how the show was created. I was like, this is like working in a studio. All the work that goes into get lighting right, to get a scene right, to get these places that have no power and no electricity, and it's all the work that goes into putting a show together. So my first thing was actually more TV production, and I kind of put music on the back burner. Hindsight now, it fell off the back burner and never went back to it. But then just over probably that year of Ghost Asylum, between that and moving into Haunted Towns, it's just like doing more and more public ghost hunts, a couple different residentials, and it just started becoming more of a skipped hobby and just kind of went more of a passion. I was like, I really enjoy this, and just started moving on from there and did a few things with TV production since then, because in the earlier days of like 2016 to 2018, because I kind of thought I was going to keep my foot in that door. So I did a thing with Wildin' Out on MTV, did a thing with Howie Mandel and Dennis Miller, some comedy stuff, but then it just went just full on paranormal stuff. And here I am 10 years later doing this. I would have never thought, that something I've been doing for 20 years was just going to go like, that's it, but it just became a passion very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you get into it, it becomes like a drug. You have to have more. You can keep on going. You just want to get your questions answered,
Yeah, like when we were filming season 1 in Cape May, it's like Steve and Tango stopped by, and I was talking to them. Steve Moore talking about music and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's cool." And then I asked Chris, I was like, "Who are these guys?" And he's like, "That's Steve and Tango from Ghost Hunters." I'm like, "Oh, is that a show?" It's like I never watched it. So I got to meet a lot of the people which I think is cool. Like from them to Dustin to a lot of them I met as people, not, oh, you're the guy from that show,
Yeah.
So it's cool. You get to know people for who they are, or at least I think so. And I get to judge them the right way. Then you know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. No, some some are cool and some aren't so cool, but it's like it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's like life.
And that's what I like about what you were just saying. You got into this. You weren't influenced by any other show at that time, so you got into it without any influences of another show. So you got into it with an open mind, and you did. You followed the people you're with, but you went in with an open mind. That that's the way to do it.
Since I was a kid, I've always believed in ghosts, spirits, or whatever we want to call them. To cryptids, to aliens, UFOs. I believed in all of it, and I thought it was very intriguing, but I never thought I'd be like, ooh, let me go do this. Let me go do this especially not do it in general, let alone for a living. But, it's something I always believed in. So it's like, we still over the years talk to people about, let's go on a Bigfoot hunt. And we're like, how do you do that? You just go in the woods and look, it's like, but I would do it. Or spy watching. We have friends that are UFOs, maybe you see something, but how are you a UFO chaser? You just look up, basically it's all you do. But it's like, I think it would be great to do it, it'd be fun to experience something, to see something.
That'd be an awesome experience,
Up in the sky and not on the ground.
With the Bigfoot, the only thing, because I've been asked to go on events with Bigfoot, or the only thing about Bigfoot, you have to hike like 20 miles into the woods.
We're not going to do that.
And
go
in
in
ATV or something, I'll go, dirt bike, I'll go anywhere, but I'm not going to be hiking. And then you get there, then you got to put your tents up, then you got to go look for these things.
You got to spend the night out there? Nah.
I don't care about camping outside. And, I was a scoutmaster for 14 years, so I taught all these kids, and we used to go on 20-mile hikes and everything. But my age now, I got a bad time going up and down stairs.
It's like
I'm out of breath on the second step. Imagine me trying to go in the woods. I'll have,
Anthony.
I'll get like 3 steps in. I'm going, okay, that's it. We're putting a tent right here.
Do we get pizza delivery out here? No.
Bigfoot can come to me.
Yeah, really.
Does the Uber deliver?
That's funny.
I've actually had like some of the most scary experiences out in the woods, like compared to being in a building. I don't know what it is. It is absolutely more primal. There's something about it. It's just that primal part of you just comes out.
I agree.
I love outside. I love outside investigations. That's
Same.
one of my
Me
favorites.
too.
But like
It's
I said,
fun. It adds a little bit more. You say difficulty. It's challenging. It's definitely more challenging, I think.
Yeah.
So we definitely are out of our comfort zone of things that are normal for us to do, whether it's certain things to say or tools to use. But it's like you get out there, it's like, all right, now what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? So it kind of heightens it a little bit. It makes it more fun.
Yeah, because it's not a controlled environment. When you're inside, you can control the environment for your evidence. You have less contamination. Well, not every location, because depending where you are, if it's leaky
Yeah, but much
leaks
less.
from the ceiling or whatever. But when you're outside, you got more contamination. You can have an animal or something else. Because animals, you can hear a screaming. It's like, oh, it could be a fox in heat. It could be something else, with animal wise. So when you do outside investigations, you just have to know your environment to actually get something on that.
Yeah.
That's when I need Kim. Kim's a veterinarian, guys. So sometimes I get, like, when we do an outside investigation, I send her, noises, and I'm like, "What's this?" She's like, "Oh, that's a female fox doing this." Like, thank you.
The
Throw
victim.
that out. It
Yeah.
helps.
You ever heard of bobcat?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those things
They're
are
a little
scary.
creepy too. Yeah, bobcats, fox, and fisher cats are like the creepiest things to hear out there. When you
Yeah,
hear
like
them, you're like,
Screech owl, like a barn owl.
oh yeah, they're not that bad. They're like monkeys. They kind of sound like monkeys chatting together. Sometimes, yeah. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Not the one I heard.
Oh, maybe it wasn't a barn owl. Barn
Maybe
owl.
not. I don't know. That's what my grandpa always says. Like, oh, it's just a barn
Oh.
owl. But
I believe your grandpa. Your grandpa probably knows.
I'm out of my element.
No, that's some serious wildlife in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did an outdoor thing one time. It was this old cemetery, and we heard footsteps. And then all of a sudden, we become detectives. We're like, is that 4 steps? Is it a deer? Sounds like it's 2 steps. All of a sudden, it's like paranormal goes out the window. All of a sudden, you're like, there's somebody. That's got to be somebody. Then it's like you're more scared of the living than
Right.
you know.
Right.
Yeah.
We're at
That's
this,
exactly right.
and then it was indoors, but this place we were at, the cabin on 360 in Virginia. If you ever heard of that,
Yep.
it's like got.
They're guests next week on our show.
That's
Oh,
funny.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great people. Dennis is a cool guy.
Yes.
The location, of course, Civil War. It's got Native American stuff, and then also, well, I don't know if he's going to get into it, but just a bad crime in the late 70s or 80s, whatever it was. So it's like it's got a lot of dark history with this location. And we're in a basement where actually in the past we did capture a shadow figure down there.
Mm.
So it definitely got some creep factor to it. And then just when we were there a few weeks back, Chris is like, why don't you go in that crawl space? And I'm like, paranormal out the window. I'm like, no, there's spiders in there. It's like, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
It looks like there's spiders and any kind of other bug living in there. I was like, I ain't going to go in there. I was like, you don't even think about it. What's that?
So you're not the one that they make go into all the small spaces and do all the crazy stuff. Go up on the roof, Mike, do this. Okay.
Depends on how much money you got in your pocket.
Yeah.
I don't do
Yeah,
that.
pay
My
it
own.
off.
If there's something that needs to be done under the house, it's like I'm calling somebody. It's like I am
Yeah.
not going down there because
Mhm.
a crawl space. I don't have a full basement, and it's like if you did see a
Yeah.
big spider, I mean, you got to army crawl out of that thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was always
Jennie
the
for
fool
us.
that-
Jennie will go in anywhere, and then she comes out and she's like, I think I got bit by a spider.
yeah.
A bat. I got scratched by the bat. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one that'll be like, I'll go.
She went to Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and she gets there, and tell them what happened to you, Jen, with a bat.
Before I even went in, a bat got stuck in my hood. You know, you wear like a hoodie. It got stuck in the hood, and we couldn't get it out. Huge
Oh, no.
scratch up the back of my neck. Before we even started investigating, I was like, "Oh,
That's
geez,
crazy.
it's always me. It's
Like
always
only
me."
her.
See,
I
now that
know.
would freak me out a little bit. It's like we see them enough to where it's like, oh, they don't bother, but you're still whoa, because they get close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm like, oh, they don't scare me. Or you see them sitting on a wall, and you're like, oh, there's a, But now knowing that they can get stuck in your hoodie.
I was like, get it out. Nobody would help me, of
Actually
course.
scratched
Like
you?
Kim's vaccinated against that,
Yeah,
being a
it's like,
vet.
if
So
you got scratched, you probably should have gotten a rabies.
Oh, that would have been me.
But
I would have
Now you tell
immediately
me.
thought I had rabies for sure.
really?
I'm like the
Wait, tell us
hypochondriac.
what happened.
I'd be like, investigation over, hospital, rabies
Yeah.
right now.
Who did you
And
get bit by a
Jenny,
bat?
maybe
No, I
that's why.
said if I was in
If.
your
Oh,
shoes.
if. Oh, I thought you got
If
bit.
he-
I was like, oh,
If
that's
that happened to
terrible.
him, he'd be taking himself to the hospital. Jenny's like, oh, let's investigate.
Yeah, that's
I
over.
wasn't informed of
Let's
this. I
go.
probably
There's
should have
always
been
one.
consulted.
Yeah. Well, that maybe explains a couple things with Jennie now.
Yeah, maybe.
Did she sleep upside down from her feet and everything? So
Oh my God. I can echolocate now.
yeah,
I can see in the dark. I can
Like,
fly.
Cute.
I'm Batgirl.
yeah. So that's cool.
That's funny.
That is
So-
funny.
I thought of a question when you were talking about just the whole geography thing. You were talking about the cabin, right? And Native American history and stuff like that. On this show, over the last year, we have discovered that places like Ohio and Kentucky seem to be like particularly haunted. Have you noticed that any areas of the country have like that kind of, have you ever heard of that kind of thing?
I don't know if there's
Virginia.
I mean, in our opinion, like there's a lot in Virginia. We go to
Virginia.
Virginia a lot. Virginia's a
And do
big
you
one
have
for us.
theories about it? Like,
I mean, you can always just go back and go Civil War, but it's like that's
Mhm.
a big, that covers a lot of ground. So I don't know
yeah.
what it is. For us, our thing would probably be Virginia. I mean, Tennessee is a lot too. I mean, we're totally surrounded by so many different locations and stuff, but this majority of them we can't get in. They don't let
Right.
anything
Right.
paranormal. They don't want to touch in their location.
I
Yeah.
think it's all
Not that
about
it's
like
not everywhere. Just
time
like
and
we
place
found
and
naturally, like Native American things like that. Like we found like concentrated in Ohio. Didn't we?
But not just any. It almost seems like more violent haunting.
Yes.
More
Yes.
potent, really like dark imprints of ghosts and spirits.
Right.
Not like the run of the mill kind of like our Civil War, Revolutionary War. It seems like there's something else that's influencing the imprints of these really intense spirits that are there.
Yeah. We don't know why.
Yeah.
But Virginia too, you're right. I mean, I can think of 5 places in Virginia that were some of the darkest that I've been to. For sure.
Mm.
Chris, you about to say something? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like for me, I think it's all about time, place, the way you're feeling, personal agenda, like different things, because like we've been to Waverly Hills several times, and I know very credible people who have investigated it that say it's like one of the most haunted locations they've been to. I've been there a couple times and never really got anything. So I think it's all about time and place, and your own situation. We tell people every weekend, your best piece of paranormal equipment is your body, your senses, what you can see, hear, feel. Some people feel more than others, but I think it's all about what's in here and what's in here whenever you go into that location, and whatever's going to communicate with you, interact with you has to do with this more so than the location itself. Honestly, that's just my opinion and theory.
No,
And
it's
Mike's as
yeah,
well.
well said.
Yeah.
It's well said.
Depending how you go into a location too. I mean, I found all the years I've been doing this, if you go in with more of a positive attitude, you're gonna get more out of the location. If you go in with a negative attitude, you don't get as much as you would with the positive attitude. If you go in, and a lot of locations I've been to, I noticed through the years that if you go in more friendlier and stuff like that, you'll get more out of it.
Absolutely.
Well, it's also like that friendly. What's coming out, but like Chris is saying, it's your heart, your vibe. If you're open to it, it's like if you're in a crappy mood, you're shut down anyway. It's like you're not going to experience anything. I think some of these people think they walk into the door of a Waverly Hills and chairs are floating across the room, and it's like it's not like that. It's like it's what you give, what you bring to the table. Is what you're going to get out. Hopefully, what you get out. Because we always bring good intentions and good vibes and stuff, but we can leave and just go like, I really didn't have anything happen.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your
I love that,
guy's
Chris,
favorite
because it puts the
location to go
control
to?
to you.
Yeah. What's your
Sorry
favorite
about that.
location that you like keep on want to go back to, or out of all your locations?
I think we probably both have the same one. There's favorite location has different. There's favorite paranormal. There's favorite just good time. There's just the location of the place. But if we're gonna stick on favorite for paranormal, would be Old South Pittsburgh Hospital.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's like, for me now, it's been 10 years going there, and we've been there morning, noon, and night with groups, by ourselves. Spent the night there a few times, and it's like, for us, we've always had something. Sometimes very little, sometimes more than just a little, but always been something. So to us, and I think that using that same theory he talked about, we're open to it. We go in there, we're like, we're back here. This is our playground, and it's like we always get stuff.
Is Pittsburgh's over by Ohio? Isn't it? Don't say I could be very wrong here.
Oh, you're very wrong.
Great.
No, it's in Tennessee.
I'm like picturing PA, and I'm like, where is it? Pittsburgh.
No, it's in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. It's right outside of Chattanooga.
Tennessee, not Pennsylvania.
No.
No.
With a G, not a like just it's spelled differently, correct?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Great.
Chris, that's same for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been going there for like 15 years, 14 years, something like that. It was my first real big place that I ever investigated when we first got started as TWC. Other than residentials, it was the first place that let us in. And it was where I saw my first full-bodied apparition. Had a lot of first-time experiences there. So it's like Mike said, for me, when I go there, I already have the positive frame of mind that I'm going to experience something, and we usually always do.
That's awesome.
I have a piggyback question onto that question, Anthony. And this may actually be the same place that you guys just said. But I always feel like there's one place for paranormal investigators that just draws them. They keep thinking about it. They maybe dive deeper into the research. That one place that kind of keeps pulling you in almost. And it could be the same place that you guys just mentioned. But I always like asking that because often it may not be the one that you've had the most experiences at or the one that you've been to the most. But I'd be curious to know, like, what's that one place that just keeps calling your name, like, come here, investigate.
If I had to, it's hard to say one, like anything, but there's two parts to that thing. If I had to say one would be Old South Pittsburgh, but but just going by what you just said, and then another number one would be the Thomas House Hotel, which is close to us, and we've been going there for over 10 years, and we don't always get everything. It's not like it's active, but it's not like one of those like damn active places for us. But there's just something comfortable about going there, and it's like, you know, we're going there and we sleep there, we spend the weekend there, and it's just something about it that's comforting. I don't know why, you know, but it's not even really on the paranormal side of it, because there's people that are like, I'll never sleep in this room again, and I'll never do this, and I'm like, I never experienced anything when I was sleeping, but it's just a comfortable place to go to.
I would say the same goes for the Titanic Museum. Either one, Branson, Missouri, or Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We investigate both of those locations. They swap out the artifacts, you know, and it's not always about the location. Sometimes it's about the objects that are, you know, within the location. I feel, because we get a lot of really great activity at both Titanic locations, and I absolutely believe it's got something to do with the energy contained in those artifacts that they collected from the ship, you know.
Well, that's wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That one falls to me like pirate gold. That answers your question.
Yeah, like Anthony with the Shanley Hotel. He feels like he could live there. Like he could just
Shanley
move
Hotel,
in.
upstate New York.
The Shanley.
I love that place.
Yeah, we've been there twice.
I'm going. I've been this year. I've been there about 5-6 times already.
Yeah.
And in January we're going back.
It's a good place.
He loves it.
Yeah. So that place is like, it's only like an hour and a half away from me. So
what's the name of it? Like a little diner, like the Roadkill Cafe up there or something. Is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's right down the road over there.
The Roadkill.
Roadkill.
Yeah.
The Roadkill. I'm a vegetarian, so it's like, oh, no thanks. I'll have the berries outside.
I have a grazing on the lawns of these places because we're eating cheeseburgers and all these ribs and everything, and she's like, they needed the lawn done, so just graze or something.
God.
I don't know.
Can you tell I'm the one they make fun of the most?
Well, we always make, we kid around.
Yeah,
they'll still probably outlive all of us then.
No,
probably yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So-
she's like 102 years old. She doesn't look it.
Oh,
does she?
No, I am like 102.
We've already established this. You're the vampire. We know. We got it
Yeah.
now. I didn't know, but
That's
now
like-
I know.
No, I'm just
You
really
tell
pale.
We tell her she's so white, she's almost clear.
Oh my God. See? They give me a hard time, guys.
So good.
So do
I
you
love
do
your-
most of your work just I'm sorry, Chris.
No, I was just gonna say I love your shirt.
Well, I got it from you. And
It's a
then you were
great
so
looking shirt.
nice because they were packing up. All day I was like, I gotta get that shirt. I love that shirt. I gotta get that shirt. But everybody kept coming over and talking. And then I saw you packing up and I was like, no, give me that shirt. And you were so nice.
You're
to
one of
stop and
those.
give it to
Yeah, you're one of those. We know those.
me. Yeah.
You packed up and you're like, we're out the door. Can you get a shirt?
I know. I
They've been
apologize.
by like 6
officially.
times, and then they wait for you to start. Maybe we should just like sporadically throughout the day start pretending to pack up, and then that's when
sorry.
people will start.
That's how you fell out.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It's contagious. He's making fun of me now too. Oh man.
We love you, Jennie. Only because we
And
love
I
you.
wore it tonight. Give me something. Give me some credit. I wore it
Oh
tonight.
no,
I wear
absolutely,
it
it
all
was
the
worth
time.
it all. It was worth unpacking.
People love it. People love it. I love it. It's good stuff. Do you mostly just work together, the two of you, or do you work as a larger group?
No, majority just the two of us. Yeah. The
It's the two of you, right? Yeah.
Kind of
That's cool.
after the last season of Haunted Towns, everybody kind of started
Right.
doing different things and different.
Which
ventures.
happens.
Yeah.
Which happens for sure. Yeah, definitely. That's natural. We all work with. We don't work on the same. We are not from the same group, but we kind of work together. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like we sort of have an extended family of people from different groups, and we sort of team up here and there. People who have like minds, and things like that. So
Yeah.
I think if you find somebody like that, like I found with these two, it's gold. It's really
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny's we adopted her into my team, Sickest Club of the Paranormal, and we adopted her in there. And we didn't adopt her. She just said, "I'm part of your
I
team."
kinda did.
Oh, okay. I'm not
One
gonna
day I was like, "Oh, I'm on your team."
I'm on your team. Okay. And it's like we only got a couple of us on the team, so it's better to keep it
No.
small as possible. Yeah. So throughout the years, you go through everybody. And it's like, don't need drama. That's it.
Yeah.
The least amount of people, the best.
There's enough of that. It's like
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
you gotta do
Yeah.
social media for what we do. For what we all do. It's like you need it, but then it's like my kind of scrolling days are over because it's just like, oh, everybody's
Yeah.
got their opinion on stuff, and then it's like something that brought paranormal, that brought different walks of life together with one common thing, and we all get along. And all of a sudden, it's like lately, it's like politics and this and that. Everybody, it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna get off of it, and you see friendships end. Like whether it be business or just friendships end over. People are so opinionated with stuff that
Yeah.
You
You
can't
stay out of it.
disagree. You can't agree to disagree anymore.
No.
That's true.
No, it's
And then
canceled.
just-
It's canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't agree to disagree and then just go have a pint, like you said.
Right,
Just be like, all right,
It's
done with
perfectly
that.
fine
just
to
go
disagree.
investigate now? Yeah.
It's perfectly fine to disagree, and you can still be agreeable.
100%. I mean,
Going for
Anthony
a pint barefoot.
and I disagree all the time. And me not being a medium or sensitive, sometimes it's hard for me to see what these two see, kind of thing. And I think of things in a different way, but I learn from them. Hopefully they sometimes learn from me.
Yeah, we learn from each other. That's
Like
so,
Chris had a good point, like with your attitude, like it's everything, right? Like if you're open and kind, I mean, it's going to go very far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With-
in life,
with
in
living and the
paranormal
dead.
life as well.
Yeah. Not just with the living, with everyone.
That's right.
like I said, you gotta learn to live with the living before you can start dealing with the paranormal.
Yeah.
With the dead. Because
Oh, maybe
you
that's
don't
where
understand people in the living. When you go on investigation, how are you going to stand people like the spirits, what they went through, or what they had a life too. They were living,
Right.
So if you don't understand the living, how can you understand what they went through, or what they're all about? You know,
Mm.
that's why I look. If you understand the living, you can understand what's going on with the dead. And
Right. Right.
and
I
we
mean,
get our thing good. We get our evidence, our best evidence, because if you understand and you do what you got to do,
Right.
And
respect.
actually,
That's the whole thing.
that kind of jumps into a question I did want to ask you guys. So, when you go into your investigations, and forgive me, this may have already been talked about somewhere else, but what is your process? Like, do you like to know the history? Do you not want to know the history? When I go in as a medium, I don't want to know anything. I want whatever arises, and then I like to back check after. But I know a lot of groups like to go in with names. Let me know. Let us know.
You want to go that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got the same answer. Well, for us, like we do so many public events now, and a lot of them are repeat events. So we know the history on a lot of these locations, but when we do get the opportunity to go in for the first time, especially if it's just the two of us, we don't like to know any of the history like you, because it is always cool when you can get something, a name, or like something interacting with you, and you think you've got it pinpointed of who it is or what they're talking about, and then you can corroborate it later. It just adds validation to it, more so than we can train ourselves to, like, especially with a spirit box. That's a perfect example. When you're using a spirit box and you're asking a question, what answer you're looking for, so you hear it inherently, when you're listening to it. But I'm not a big spirit box person. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, and we use them at public events. And I can count on one hand how many like really cool experiences I've had with one, because it's so subjective, and you're so you want to hear this answer, and you almost hear it. But I'm just wondering, like, is that your mind? I think most of the time it is, and it's your mind trying to make the answer that you want to hear. So
Right.
I think it's really good to not know, to go in a little blind. That way you can corroborate all the stuff that you get later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Same
so
with
how
EVPs,
how do
really.
you get your information later?
Usually ask the people who run the joint. I mean, we do a little bit of research, but not, I'm sure not like you guys. It's a little different for us these days, because we don't, most of the events, or most of the investigations that we do, are public events, and most of them are places we've already been to,
Yeah.
or places that are well known, and we already know the history, or we know what we're looking for. So in those very rare times where we get to investigate just the two of us, like, we like to go in blind, and usually we just talk to the people who run the place, and we do a little historical research ourselves to see what we can get. But honestly, you know what? Like, we don't use a lot of equipment when it's the two of us. We kind of just go in, just us and a flashlight, because I'm to that point in doing this. I'm doing this so long, I don't really have to prove it to anybody else anymore. That's not my goal. My goal is to just experience it, and I don't need like a recorder or a camera or a pod that makes noises or lights up to do that. I can experience it with my eyes and my ears, and those personal experiences to me are worth way more than something that may or may not be. Like a K2 going off to me does nothing for me. That's like, it's possible, yeah, but like, if I see something with my eyes, I trust my eyes way more than that K2 meter. So
And you're looking at it, right, Chris? Like, you're looking at that K2 meter rather than experiencing everything.
Start fixating on the equipment, and there
Right.
could be things happening all around you, and you're not paying attention to it because you're hyper fixating on all this gear that we don't really know for sure. I mean, there have been times where the gear has done some amazing things for me, but 9 times out of 10, my best experiences have just been with what God gave me, and in the moment type stuff. That's what I kind of live for. Used to be, I wanted to prove it to everybody. Look what I captured. Look what I caught.
Yeah.
But I kind of like, I'm not there anymore. I'm kind of past that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even like recently, it's like the recorders we use, they're like in a moment stuff, but it's like we'll get a great EVP, and it's like, okay, that is something. And somebody's like, oh my gosh, and it's like, hey, do you have that recording that we got earlier? And it's like, oh no, we recorded over it, and it's like, to them, they're like, what? And it's like, but you heard it, right? It was something there. It's like some things we say, but we're not. Talked about this with somebody this past weekend at Ashmore. It's like, yeah, we say we're investigating. We're going on an investigation. But it's like, in reality, it's like investigating. It's like you're going in, you're documenting, and you're just doing research and, building on that research and, day after day, and you're investigating. It's not just one night in a place. It could be multiple nights in a place. And it's like, we're not technically investigating, we're just going to experience it. And it's like,
yeah.
you can go in there blind and experience it. You can go into we experienced and investigated one. It was an old Holiday Inn or Days Inn. Nothing scary at all. It was, and I think this was in Kentucky. And we're like, this is where we're doing a public event. It's like, did somebody just go, hey, can we get in there and let's do it? And it's like, and we had some great activity. We got countless EVPs and temperature changes and all this kind of cool stuff. And it's like, you just never know. We just went in to want to experience something, and we did, and it's like, we're not there documenting. And if we do get a good EVP or something on film or something like that, or a photo, we'll post it and, want to share it because we thought it was cool. But like Chris said earlier on in a show, with AI and just Photoshop, it's like people show you things. It's like, did you do this? Did you really take it? So it's like, kind of doesn't go anywhere, until you see it or feel it or just experience it for yourself. To me,
I got to the same point like Chris did with, I go in, I have a camera and stuff, but I'd rather go in now with a pencil and paper. And what I see, I just draw it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I really don't have to prove to nobody anymore. I draw it, I put it on, I write a little story, what I seen and stuff. And I show it to people, but I don't have to prove to nobody anymore.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to clarify. I saw somebody in the comments was like, I don't trust the flashlight answers. I don't either. When I said I bring a flashlight, it's just so I don't fall down.
Yeah.
Attorney.
Yeah, no, I see what she means too. Yeah.
It's just
I'm like skeptical of everything, but still, yeah.
Yeah. With those flashlights too. Like we talked before about arcing, and because when you loosen that up, the way it is, you just off the battery with the spring from the light. So I mean, if any kind of bang or any kind of movement could arc that battery onto the light, and that's where you're getting it. But sometimes with the lights, you do get some sort of yes or no answers and stuff like that.
Now we have used a click flashlight. We were in Mississippi, Ghost Asylum episode actually, and we were getting responses from a flashlight that you click, and we just had it off, and we weren't expecting to use that. I think Porter just had it sitting there, and it started communicating with us through this click flashlight. And I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, how the hell is this happening? So
it basically had to move. I remember that episode. Like that was like what?
It's one of those things. It's like each one by itself, like saying a flashlight, or a K2, It's like a recipe. It's like each ingredient itself might not mean much, but once you start using a few things, and it's like this happened, that happened, it's like, okay, now all together we got something. But each thing on its own might not be good.
Mike, you don't realize it, but you just used the magic word because you said recipe, and what I call that is paranormal lasagna. I call it lasagna, right? Because it's layers of things that. And speaking of that, we have a great question. One of my favorite questions in the paranormal: what do you eat when you're investigating?
I'll tell you what we don't eat, and everybody around us always gets Mexican before any.
Oh no!
Anytime somebody goes on a ghost hunt, it's like we're going to La Quicharatas, and it's like, why?
Rookie.
No.
Definitely.
Go out. We usually bring a cooler of stuff, so you can get a sandwich or something like that.
We're very boring. Like I think too, we do it so often. We do it every weekend out of the year, unless it's a holiday for the last like 6 years. I mean, this is like our full-time gig. It's what we do every single weekend. And for other people, I think when they go, it's still like that cool kind of getaway vacation type of fun thing. For us, it's like a job. We still have a good time doing it, but we would be broke if we ate out and like went out somewhere cool to eat every weekend. So ours is very boring. We just bring chicken sandwich or something, a turkey sandwich in the cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you guys do come to New Jersey, you got to do the diner beforehand.
Oh yeah.
That's classic.
Yeah.
But
What is it they always eat up there? You remember, Mike? I was telling you
Pork
about the
roll.
first time I went to Jersey. They kept
Pork
talking
roll.
about this pork roll,
Yeah.
like,
Roll.
and they're
yeah, I
like,
still
oh,
don't know what it is.
they're like, oh, you gotta have the pork roll. You gotta have the pork roll, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's go eat one. I'm like, this is like a ham sandwich. What is this?
Yeah.
Just ham.
In New York, it's called Taylor ham. In Jersey, they fight Taylor ham or
Pork
pork roll.
Mm.
It's like I'm in Queens here. I was like, hey, it's Taylor ham.
Spaghetti. It's spaghetti.
It's Taylor ham.
Yeah,
You know
forget about it.
I mean, it was good, but it was like, this is a ham sandwich. We got these at home.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing special. I'm not
Exactly.
from New Jersey either, and I was like, "This is terrible. I don't ever want to eat this ever again." Glad I did it, but Chris, I have another question for you. So, I love that you guys are both of you. I love that you guys are both going in and experiencing because, I mean, as a medium, I mean, that's all I'm doing when I'm there is I'm just experiencing what's there, communicating with what's there, seeing what's there. So, Chris, do you think you are now diving into the medium psychic side? Is that something you're diving into a little bit more?
I wish I could say yes, but no. Like, I don't really feel things like, people or certain. I don't feel like entities, stuff like that. I have those moments sometimes where like the hair on the back of your neck stands up, like I think everybody else, but I unfortunately don't have that superpower. I don't know if I'm just not open enough to it. But I have met several people doing this that I think are very credible at what they do. Unfortunately, there are a lot more people out there that are giving you guys bad names by I think that they just want attention. They're attention seeking, and this is a great outlet for them to come on the weekends and just start saying things that aren't really true or that they're not really feeling. Unfortunately, but I have met several people that we still work with that I think do have a gift, and it's I'm jelly about it because it's just something I don't have. I wish I did.
I would keep putting it out in the universe, because that's how it starts, just wanting to experience, and then it starts with the sixth sense, all the five senses, and then eventually you start to trust all of that, and then you do get deeper into your awareness. So I don't know, that's interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, but once you get into it, you better learn to shut it down too, because it could overwhelm you at times.
Well, that's not the case for everybody, but yeah.
Well, that was my case.
Anthony.
That was my case.
Yes.
I always warn people that if they're going to get into it, you got to learn to shut it down. There's others because it can get overwhelming at times. I worked down by the Trade Center after it went down. I was one of the electricians to help put up the Building 3 and Tower 3 and Tower 4 and did a lot of the underground. And at times it got overwhelming down there. I guess because of what happened down there. But it does get overwhelming. So you got to shut down. I mean, you can walk through a crowd of people and see things, and you just have to learn to shut down. And it can be overwhelming. So when you open up, you got to learn to shut down also. That's the warning I owe everybody.
Right.
I know Kimm's different than me. Everybody has a different experience, but I give my experience because that's what I know. And if the people come and overwhelm me, they got to learn to shut down. That's right. what I find. Well, you guys now, do you guys still do it for fun? Do you guys go to like locations, just the two of you, or like you and your couple friends, or you do private locations anymore, or do you actually do it for fun now, or just it's just a business play?
They're all fun. Everyone's fun. Yeah. When we get the chance, like if it's a certain location, and we can get in the night early before, if we're doing a public thing on a Saturday and we're in town on Friday, and we can call them and say, is there anybody there tonight? Can we come in? We'll do stuff like that. So it's like, it's fun with people, without people. So it's like, we still enjoy doing it. We just don't get that opportunity as much, because then you come home and it's like, even though we're around these places, we can go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, but I got a 5-year-old at home and life and all that. So it's like, you gotta, I'm just looking at the time now and I still got a pack to go.
I know.
Here,
like,
it's just all that. It's not chaotic, but it's like, you know, the life hustle bustle, and then it's like you leave, and it's like, so when you get that chance to do it, it is fun, you know, or the places you do stay at, you know, you sleep at.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
And I
there's a
mean,
lot,
once
you
it's
like
not
family.
fun, why do it anymore?
Oh,
Right.
absolutely. If it wasn't fun, I mean, no, I'd definitely go do something else. But places like Shanley, a good example. It's like you go there for a weekend. If you do a public thing at night, the place is still yours during the day. And these places are just as active, sometimes more active during the day. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
You know, the Shanley gets. I mean, I never was disappointed. I've been going there, I don't know how many years before the present owner, and I'm always happy that with investigating there because you always get something, and it's. And I'm not a kind of person that says, you know, everywhere's haunted because I feel not everywhere you're gonna get activity, and some nights it's dead, whatever. But Shanley's one place I always went to that always had something going on, you know. So,
It's a cool
Right.
place, especially that room they renovated. We got some really good stuff in that room. Not sure what that room's called, but we usually
seance room, the big
The one
room.
in the back,
Yeah.
like gentlemen's quarters, that big area in the
No,
back.
no, he's the renovated room is the seance
Oh yeah,
room.
the seance room, the big room.
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah.
you got a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah. But when I first started going there, that was like the owner's where nobody was allowed in there. That was like his work little shop there, and they just renovated recently after all those years, and they did a great job. So, you know,
It's
Really.
been a couple of years. I'd like to go back at some point.
yeah.
It's a unique place. It really is.
If
Yeah.
you guys ever get back there, maybe I'll get to go and see you
Yeah.
guys.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because
So-
especially you stay the night. I always like to stay the haunted rooms.
course.
It's like I don't sleep. I just sit there all night long and I play like I just have a camera on me or whatever. So I enjoy that. It's like, I mean, you can hear things, and next thing I'm listening, like, oh, I hear children laughing. It's like, but there's nobody in that area, so it's cool. I said that Phil about getting things. Yeah. Well, so I mean, if you guys have to get going,
Totally.
don't let us keep you any longer.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you want to stay on, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. We know
No,
that your
I mean-
time tonight is really valuable with the travel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, unfortunately, I still gotta pack my suitcase.
Are you a last minute packer, Mike? Are you like a last minute guy?
I'm a last minute packer, but I'm a pre-layer outer.
Oh.
If
Does he
I
have his
pack
like
it all-
pajamas on the bed?
like if I pack it and I'm leaving early in the morning, I'm still gonna go. I did put this in, right? Did I do that? Did I count this? How many of those? So it's like I lay it all out and then I try to squish it because I don't check my bag. I'm a carry-on guy, so I got
Right.
basically I don't know how many 5 days worth of stuff that I just gotta try to shove in there with a pillow and all that. So that becomes the Tetris game.
I'm sure you're a pro by now, you guys.
Yeah, it's like engineering.
Oh yeah, we're definitely professional packers. I would say one thing I always forget is a belt. You know how many belts I've had to buy at locations? Like Dollar General has gotten so much of my money just from belts.
Oh
Because
no.
there's always a Dollar General around, and it's like I've got so many
Always.
cheap belts in my closet. Like I got a whole pile of them, just from always.
One of these days, someone's gonna go in your closet, Chris, and they're gonna be like, "What happened here?"
They're gonna think I have a belt fitting.
Text Chris and be like,
Yeah, they're gonna say,
"Did you get your belt? Did you bring
what
your
do you do with these belts? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm like, that's
Just in
that's
New
interesting.
York
What are
2
you
weeks
doing?
ago, I forgot it, and I told him, I was like, why do I not just put tonight? I'm gonna put just a spare belt in my suitcase that never leaves. I'm gonna do that.
No,
That's
no,
smart.
not gonna happen, is it?
Probably not. No, probably not.
It's better that you can buy a belt than have to use a string or a rope or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't have that.
Dollar General.
Tie it up, and I was like,
There's usually a Walmart or a Dollar General or something nearby.
Yeah.
Always.
there's always something on clothes. And it's funny because
Always.
all the locations I've been to all these years, there's always, like you said, like a Walmart or a Dollar General, not too far away. And it's like, You know, I mean, but years ago we used to have to go buy batteries and everything else, and SD cards. And it's like, is there a Walmart? Yeah, there's a Walmart down the road. Okay, great. You know, you have to run out get your batteries or you know something. There's always something you miss.
Yeah.
You know.
So I know you guys have this trip coming up. What else do you have coming up that you'd like to tell everybody watching? That we can
Well, we're gonna go back to the UK again in March, to York and another town. I can't remember the name of that town. The big one that just got announced in the last week, I think it was. That's also for next year. We're doing a cruise in Venice, and there's 6 spots left for that. So it's like that sold pretty quick. So there's only 6 spots for that. But other than that, we talked about Titanic. We'll be there in January. But yeah, if you go to our website, we have a free app. If you go to, there's a Wraith Chasers app, but it has every weekend wherever we're going to be. So go to any of our socials, the website, wraithchasers.com, or download the app for free and tells you everywhere we'll be. But yeah, the Venice one's going to be real exciting.
That's cool.
Do you ever have any free months?
That's a good gig if you can get it. A Venice haunted cruise.
I know October's busy for everybody. Is there ever a month for that you guys are free, like December or something like that, just for you guys?
Christmas
month? No. Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, no.
Christmas?
It's like, this was the first year we didn't do anything on 4th of July. The last few years we've been doing that. It's only been Christmas and Thanksgiving, because even Easter, we don't do anything on Easter Sunday, but sometimes we'll do something local on that Friday or Saturday. But I think last year we wound up having like 80 some different events for the year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
80? Wow.
Take care of yourselves, guys. That's a lot. It's a lot of people being around a lot of people, being around a lot of interesting energies. So take care of yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Do you love it?
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to. You have to.
Of course, I agree. You got to be enthusiastic about life and love your life.
There's so many.
Otherwise, what are you doing?
There's so many different colorful people out there.
The newbies
there's great people out there, and you guys are gonna have a great trip. I think that's. Have you ever been? I have to ask because I'm Dutch. Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
Airport.
No layover.
Or investigated?
No, just the airport layover weekend in Amsterdam. Yeah.
If you ever go, I'm gonna have to ask you, because it's funny. Like, people always say, when you're there, when you live there, like, do you investigate there? Like, no, they don't really. It's like one of the only places in Europe that you don't really hear about investigations. Yeah. I feel like Dutch people are like, that's silly. Don't do it.
Yeah,
you always hear about other people in Amsterdam, but that's it.
Any country you've been to, like, that's more active than I don't know how many countries you guys have been to. I know you're going to England, but have you been to any other countries investigating? Or
Ireland? We did a couple in Ireland.
Another place
Beautiful.
I would love.
But again, it's like the actual investigation kind of went on a back burner because we're in Ireland, and it's like, we're in these places, and it's like you just kind of get soaked more into history and almost being a tourist and just wanting to walk around and look and touch, and it's like, so we really didn't. Our mind really wasn't on investigating too much.
Yeah, and
that's the best part of it. Like, it's a privilege to be in these places, and it's a privilege to be in these buildings, right? Like, absolutely. I look around when I'm in an investigation at an incredible building, and I'm just like, what a privilege. It's like night at the museum, right? You get to be there by yourself. It's wonderful. Yeah, no, I agree. So if we go to Tennessee, where should we go other than Pittsburgh, Old South Pittsburgh? Where should we investigate?
You go to Thomas House Hotel. You can go to the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. Trying to think offhand. I know there's a ton of other places that we've hit.
Yeah, we'll go to usually do back-to-back nights when we do Old South Pittsburgh. There's the old Harriman Hospital in Harriman, Tennessee.
Right. I'm putting them on my list.
If you ever get around Castellian Springs, Tennessee, you can't investigate, but you can tour it. It's probably the most haunted place I've ever been to in my entire life. I got the opportunity to investigate it one time. We all did, but that place I would highly recommend touring. Craig Font Mansion.
Okay. And you can do tours.
Crick font?
Craig Font.
CRAG font. CRAGFONT.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
Mm.
That's great. I like to add things to my bucket list, so I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good one. Maybe one day they'll let us investigate again, but right now.
And when you come to New Jersey, go to White Hill Mansion. Have you been there?
Mm-mm.
White Hill Mansion,
That's
I
a
would
good one.
recommend first.
I'll be there in 2 weeks, actually, I think. Yeah, next weekend I'm going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number one in New Jersey.
Yeah,
One
that is
day we'll
great.
get up there and do something.
Yeah, you should. A lot of good things up here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like you're from there. That's a good thing.
Maybe we'll investigate Mike's old house.
The Mike's old house investigation. But, yeah, really.
I can take you there.
That's cool. That's cool, guys. Well, seriously, if you need to go pack, go pack. We understand. And
Well, thank you so much for having us. I mean, it was our pleasure to be here, and thanks for having us on your anniversary, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
very much.
Guys, thank you.
I mean,
Hopefully
we'll
we see you
back
before,
one day.
hopefully we see you before Gettysburg next year, but if not, definitely there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe because we got a couple places coming up in the next Mel, Virginia. We're gonna be at the Andover Tavern. We're gonna be over there, and we may see you. That'd be great.
Right on.
Hopefully we'll cross paths. And I promise next year not to be that girl who makes
you're fine.
Go through the
Be that girl.
Yeah, hopefully we get to hang out in person. Thank you both so much.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it talking to you. Really a pleasure.
Great night.
Thank you very
Be
much.
well.
Thank you.
Take
Safe
care.
travels. Safe
Have a
travels.
safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll
Happy
talk
hunting.
soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mike.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So fun to talk to them. I wanted to talk to them for so long, and I wanted to at Gettysburg, and it was so busy. I never got the chance. Like everybody kept swarming them, and I just, I'm so happy to have the chance to talk to them.
Yeah. It was
Such nice
I'm
guys.
glad. I'm
What a
glad they
special
made
thing.
it today. I mean, they text me like 5 a.m. this morning. Mike is like, "Oh, can you change it to next week?" Which we're booked all the way to now to March.
Hey,
So it's like
we're booked till like 2 years from now. Anthony. Hey, want to be on the show? Want to be on the show?
you get everybody on the show. Hey,
You
Hey.
will be on the
Hey,
show.
you're going to be on the show. You're going to be on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad that they agreed to it and came on. Like I said, I got to pull this. I got a thing this morning saying that they have to go to England, and if I could change it, I was like, no, sorry. I wish I could,
that's why.
could dominate, to help them out, but matter
Yeah.
of fact, the show next week will be that 360 house.
That's
that they were
right. The
talking
cabin
about.
on 360.
Cabin
And
on 360, yeah.
real quick, our friends at Beyond the Badge Paranormal have a show on the Signal Network now and on YouTube, and they just did an episode on the cabin at 360, that cabin, and it was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. 2 parts. Catch it. I'm trying to plug people tonight. Christopher DeCesare, Netflix, True Haunting. Don't miss it.
I watched that today.
I did too.
I watched it and I texted him. I was like, Chris, and so it was awesome. I mean, I heard that story a billion times, but to see it on Netflix and actually see that, and I know Jeff. I met Jeff and a couple of people because I actually went to he had the thing at the 30-year anniversary at Genesee quite a few years ago, and I was there. I was there. Me, Giuseppe, and Joey. That's when and we all went. The 3 of us went, and I have a picture I sent to Chris of him. We're outside where where the dorm was in his room, and he was talking outside the room, and and somebody took a picture. I'm standing right next to him right there, so I just sent them that picture. You should
I
see
love
me.
that picture of you too.
You
Yeah.
know,
So
I have my motorcycle jacket on, like, ooh,
looking
like
all
I'm a
tough.
tough guy. Hey, I'm from Queens.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. Chris was so kind to be a guest on the show recently, and we just want to make sure that we mention it.
Yes,
That
Chris is such a
he's
great
got
guy.
this amazing Netflix special. It's 5 parts episode, 5 parts. Yeah.
Well, there's was 1 and 2, I think it was, because
Yeah,
they only had the one today, and then they had even the show after him was pretty good too.
it
With
was.
the haunted house. That was interesting also.
Well, it's exciting. That was like years
Yeah.
in the making. So congratulations, Chris, who's often watching. He was watching last week. So
Yes, Chris, I'm
kind enough
glad.
to watch us.
Well, I mean, I'm
If you're
glad.
watching this, Chris, congratulations. And yeah, that's great. Good stuff. And those guys, I loved Haunted Towns. I loved Ghost Asylum. I love their
Yeah.
formula. Like, I think it's great when you have a formula like that. And I love
Mhm.
the way they work together. Yeah, see, there's Raul agreeing with me. They were great.
Yeah, but yeah, the shows. I Ghost Asylum. I used to watch it all the time. I used to like that one.
I did too.
We used to watch that, and one of the shows I watched back then with a couple of the other shows. That I kind of liked. Shows nowadays I'm watching, and it's like I'm not into all that stuff anymore. I just
No, I
how
loved
many
it.
times can you go in with the same equipment and then they have new equipment, that new bells and whistles, and it's the same equipment but they put it in a new box, and like I said, I'm getting back into the old stuff again.
Yeah.
You know,
And
the
I don't know,
Dawson
Kim, how
Robbins
you
stuff.
feel, but like you get away from the story. Like we got to get back to the story of the people, right?
Yeah, I love that small house investigations. That's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I love it when they go in, a family's having a problem, they're having experiences, they don't
Mhm.
that simple formula is, for me, is just because not only are you helping people, but I also love it because I mean, there's people's experiences everywhere that can
Right.
be remembered in any structure. It doesn't have to be a horrible death. It doesn't have to be anything. I mean, it could be the 70-year-old woman who just passed away peacefully in her sleep. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's not the fancy story. That's not like, oh my God, there was somebody in an asylum.
Mhm.
Right.
But that's what I love, because those are people having real experiences, and you can see it in their eyes. You know what I mean? Like, you can see it in their eyes, and they're just telling their truth, and they're like, we
Yes.
just want help. So that's what I love personally. I mean, I love all the big, hotels and the asylums and the prisons, but like, I know what I'm going to find there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just know. But like, if I walk into a house, sometimes I don't know. I mean, I never know, but I mean, it could be a loved one. It could be, somebody who's really nonchalant, and it doesn't have to be. Anyway, that's what I love. That's my favorite.
No, I love that explanation. I said this before, I think, on the show, that one of my most interesting private investigations at a home in Maryland was they called this guy Mr. Creepy or something, and he was everywhere, and they saw shadows, and they saw this, and they saw that, and noises and footsteps, and they were terrified of their own house. And
Mhm.
in the end, we ended up getting recordings of a woman, very kind voice, and they were like, "That's my mom. That's my grandma."
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
was like, "Do you think that's grandma?" And in the end, we really kind of came to the conclusion that it was grandma,
Mhm.
you know? So
Yeah.
you go right to the scary, right? Like you go right to, oh my God, it's some, stalker, slasher, and that's
Yeah.
just, TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go to grandma first, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. Grandma's not number one. Well, actually, I mean, for me, I do, obviously, when I do those investigations, the family is always one of the
Real.
top.
Yes, see, because Yeah.
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 When I used to do privates, we used to go in there and they would try to. It's like, I don't want to know. Just let us go in and see what we get. And I mean, I had one investigation, and we were doing a spirit box, and the woman's like, "Yeah, we have all this stuff going on." She's there with her her new husband. They just got married and her kids and everything. And it ended up that the name Michael came up. She started freaking out. What the hell? That was my ex-husband. He just passed away. I don't want that. I don't want that SOB haunting me in my house. And it came up like 3-4 times.
Wow.
You guys gotta get rid of him. You gotta get rid of him. You gotta get.
You gotta get rid of them.
Yeah, okay. It's like open the door. We'll
Be
sweep
gone.
them out. Yeah, open the door and we gotta sweep them
Yeah,
out. The
exactly.
door, you know, and she starts freaking out. So, you know, a lot of times when it comes to like hauntings in houses that, you know, people in the house for a long time and all of a sudden something happens, I have a feeling it's not a haunting, but it's a family member that's trying to contact them saying, hey, I'm here. So I really don't think it's anything negative, you know, with all that stuff.
No, but sometimes it is too. Like that's
Yeah, of course.
the interesting part for me too. Is like, well, sometimes it is that Native American energy that is there. You know, sometimes it is
Yeah.
the bad thing that happened down the street that nobody wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
you never know. I mean, there's just so much potential, so much history.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
I know the
You
building
do,
that I'm
you
in.
come to
Yeah.
some secrets too, like you said. Like sometimes you discover some secrets
Oh,
that
yeah.
people don't want
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk about. I've had that happen too. It's like, oh, I never wanted to tell you, but your great grandfather, killed 4 people. Like, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I've had some dark things like that happen.
Yes.
I mean, I know my building here because I'm in a 5-story build, a 6-story building. I'm
Right,
on
a
the 5th
co-op.
floor, and we have a building connected right next on the one side, and it's all one building, and we have a lot of people living here, and I mean, there's so much to happen. I've been in this building for 30 some odd years, and from the guy upstairs that lived on my second floor that passed away, a 90-year-old man passed away. He was there for like 6 days. Nobody knew he was gone. And
Wow.
people right in the building right next door, and some kid had an argument with his mother and took a dumbbell and hit his mother, and she died. I mean, a woman on the second floor committed suicide.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
yeah. And plus old people just passing away, in
Of
general.
course.
And so this building in 30 years, I've seen a lot of people coming in and out.
Yeah.
So as a
that's a bad
sensitive and stuff like that, I'm always seeing things in my hallway or
yes.
in my apartment or wherever I go in this building. And recently, I know somebody passed on the second floor, and I didn't realize he passed, but I kept on hearing down the basement when I go down there early in the morning, like somebody go, hey, hey, I hear footsteps coming up behind me as I'm walking out the door. So my wife told me that one of the guys that we knew on the second floor passed away, and
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
sad.
know he passed away, and I'm starting to hear this stuff. So, these old buildings
We got to do
always have
something
some
with
sort
the
of activity.
juju of your building.
Yeah.
What
I
do
think
you
we
do?
should investigate your
Not
building.
the juju.
So I have a couple of drawings from all this stuff too.
I know.
But it's
So-
you're open, more you open, like I said, sometimes it's overwhelming because you're in areas where there's so much that went on through the years, just history in general. What am I going to do? This building's been built in 1948. I got like 70 somewhat years of people that are in and out and passing away and everything. A little piece of stage walking around and saying, get out of my house, it's not going to work.
No.
No, there's much more that will need to be done.
Yeah.
It is.
Much more that will need to be done to shift that.
Yeah.
But it can be done, sort of.
It can.
be done.
Kim's optimistic.
It could
She
be
can
done a
do
long
it.
time. It's not an overnight thing. It would have to be done within years to clear it. And then within those years, other people are going to be passing away. So it's going to keep on going, ongoing thing,
Well, you do bring up a really good point, Anthony, is, the energy of these places can be a very solid imprint. like attracts like. It can be very solid and very difficult to shift.
Mm-hmm.
So you bring up a good point, and it also brings up the question: should it be shifted? You know, I don't have a very good answer for that. I know there's many different ideas on if it even should be shifted or if it can be shifted. But I will say, if it is my space, I would clear my space if I could. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I would go beyond my ownership of space and time. You know what I mean?
Right. That's fair. No, that's fair. Is it like there's ethics involved there? I think.
Yeah. It is a good question. I don't know. I don't have a great answer for you, but
no, it's personal.
Yeah.
Like people say to me, oh, you know, do you move people on? First of all, I don't. I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I don't see the dead. I don't talk to the dead, but I mean, I talk to them, but I don't know if they hear me. So they're like, oh, it's Jennie again. No, but I say, I don't know that that's my job. You know, like, I don't think that's my job. I don't feel like that's my job to do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot involved there. Like, you know, there's free will. Like maybe somebody wants to stay there. You know, I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like it's not, who am I? You know,
agree.
But you're right about your own space. I mean, I think you also have a right in your home to live in a safe space.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I love doing, like the small house investigations, where we can empower the people that, you know, you're not a victim of whoever lived here before. You know, you are living, and this is your space now.
Well, yeah, I think it is. Like, I think present is the present, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you sharing that space? Is that what you're saying? Do you need to share the space with everyone? Like, do I need to share the space in my home with everyone who ever lived here? There's only like one family, but
it's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah.
There are definitely people who feel bad about kicking previous spirits out because it was their home, and who are they to say you can't live here anymore? It's a great question. I don't have the right answer for it. I would say if you're comfortable with it, then it's your discretion. Some people energetically can probably handle that better than others. Some people are probably just too sensitive, and it's too much for them to be sharing their space like that.
Right. And how does that manifest if they're too sensitive? Do you think like they're having headaches or difficulties?
Nightmares, headaches, anxiety, low-grade poor health, things like that, where just a feeling of loathing, or suddenly, like, you know, they've never been depressed in their life. They move into a house and suddenly they're having like the worst luck of their life. They're depressed. Yeah, those can definitely be being affected by a spirit or energy, even the juju, you know, of a space. But yeah, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think if some people are cool with it and some people aren't.
Yeah.
And that's a fair comment from Mary Beth. If they're not hurting anyone, let them be. I mean, that's fair. That's as good as answer as any.
Yep.
Anthony's got ones that come sit on the couch with him while he's eating his cannoli. He's watching TV. He's got the remote in one hand, and he's like, "Come on, have a seat." Seriously.
I have so much, like, you know, all the years I've been doing it, I do get stuff follow me home every so often. And like I got visitors that come into my apartment out of nowhere, you know, and they actually walk down my little hallway, which I think that's where, and they look, and I'm like, come sit down, watch TV with me or something, you know.
You're like, come on.
I welcome them.
The price is right.
The more I welcome them, the less time they stay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
That's all right.
I did.
I don't know
say cannoli.
I don't know if that goes along with the idea of closing down, Anthony. That seems pretty open in your own space.
But he has a strategy with that. He says by doing that, they come and go and they leave him alone instead of
right.
I'm here. So, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking for you now. Sorry.
If you see the drawings I have of things looking at me from the hallway, I sit there watching TV and I see faces coming in. Sometimes I think it's my wife coming over, and it's like nobody there. It's like I can hear footsteps in my hallway, and you know, but like I said, I just say, "Oh, sit down." Well, and sometimes I do feel the couch move go down next to me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, maybe it's your puppy.
No, well, she wouldn't be able to jump up that. I have her. She was a Dachshund, mini.
Oh, well, maybe now.
Oh,
she
little
can.
legs.
Yeah, little tiny legs.
Maybe now her little spirit legs can take her anywhere she wants to go.
Her leg was
Aw.
exactly the size of my thumb.
Oh,
That's
how
how small.
cute.
It was the size of my thumb. So I used to put it by her the size of my thumb.
That's
was
like
like
my
less than
blind
10
cat. He
pounds,
can't
I
get up
think.
on anything because
Mhm.
he can't
I
jump
used to have
up
to
on
pick her.
anything.
She'd be like
Can't see
coming
it.
up. It's like, okay, you pick her up and put her anywhere.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
even on the bed, she couldn't get on. She couldn't jump. Well, when she got older, she couldn't jump off the bed. But she tried jumping off the bed when she was younger. And I was like, no.
No.
hurt herself. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she always
Aw.
tried. But
Anyway,
yeah, I mean, with what we're talking about with the paranormal and stuff like that, and visitors coming in and stuff like that, yeah, I mean, you do want to get rid of some. You want to get rid of if you have like a private home, and or like a smaller home, like a couple, two family or something. It's easier to get rid of them than in like a building like this, you know.
Yeah.
And the
I have a
location.
strict policy in my house. No spirit, none. Not even on my property. I have a whole property procedure.
whoa.
Not even on
None.
my property. Mm-mm.
Wow.
No.
Because you're sensitive to it.
Well, because I just want my house and my property is sacred. I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I wouldn't really want somebody like like a human, and this may also be like the difference, like a female thing too. Like I wouldn't want just some human actually just showing up somewhere on my property or in my house. Like that alone would scare me. No, I
that's
have.
fair.
Yeah, I have a very strict
Huh.
policy.
Yeah, well,
But there's no right or wrong.
A human's a different point, a different thing for me. You're gonna try to break into my house? Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. But the living are so much scarier.
I don't
like we
call
said.
the police.
Yeah.
I do not call
Like-
the police. They're breaking into my house. They're on my terms.
No, I get you. Like at Hinsdale,
Simple
last
as
time we
that.
went, everybody left.
Break
This
into my
happens to me all
house.
the
They're
time.
on my
Everybody leaves me.
terms. No police involved.
No,
I got a lot
Anthony,
of garbage bags.
he's got a hammer, a baseball
I
bat,
collect
whatever.
knives.
Yeah, so I was at Hinsdale and everybody was leaving, and I was like, "That's fine. I'm just going to stay here by myself, right?" But it is in the middle of nowhere, like to stay by yourself. Like that's a thought, right? But I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I'm getting ready and I'm going to go to bed, and there's a whole bunch of teenagers outside. There's a whole bunch of people coming down the drive, whatever. And I was like, "No, screw this. I'm out," because I just didn't want to be there with somebody banging on the door or trying to get in. And I was like, you know what? No, because I'm alone here. And guess what? I can't yell for help. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to hear me? The coyotes? So I didn't mind staying in the house by myself. I just didn't want the humans to come. Yeah. And that really scared me. I was like, if they come to this house, I'm going to be scared being here by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do that. I mean, I've been there where
They do.
cars come down the driveway. You're there.
Yeah.
And you stop them.
Like,
I went up there like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh,
like
you want? Can we go see the house? No, there's a private event. Go.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was like,
come
and I left.
on, we'll pay you. Get out of here. I don't want your money.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No.
You know? Yeah. So you got to be careful when you get to those, like you said, those locations, because it's not the ghost that you're going to be afraid of.
Right.
It's going to be the living.
For sure.
You know?
For sure. Yep.
Especially if you're there by yourself.
I still can't believe Kimm's here. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know.
This is like the greatest surprise of all time that you showed up tonight for our anniversary of all things.
Anthony was like, it's the 1 year, and I was like, I have to be there for the 1 year. Absolutely.
We did it.
I know,
Congratulations, guys. We did it.
You guys have done such a good job keeping the whole show going and with the guests.
Thank you.
I know it's a lot of work to keep doing this every single week. So hats off to both of you for continuing on with it and keeping it going. And it's been great.
Well, we missed you very much.
We really did. Every week we talked about you. Every week we said, hey, hang in there, guys. You'll see her again. We always include you in our conversations. Like we think of you. And
Yeah, and I got
not the
some really
same
nice
event.
people asking me like if if everything was okay and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because it was
you're
hard.
right. Yeah. She's like, I'm working.
I appreciate
So-
everybody checking in to see if
Oh,
everything
that's
was
sweet.
all right.
And we have an event coming up that at the Hoover House, the
Yeah.
weekend of Halloween, and Kimm, Anthoiny, and I will be there together. So
Yes.
we'll report back
Really
on that. We're going to investigate that night. Anthoiny and I will be there actually Halloween night.
Yeah, the night
And-
Friday night we're gonna be there and
and-
Saturday.
And Saturday, tell everybody what you're doing Saturday, November 1st.
Saturday at the orphanage, the old orphanage house, the building in Gettysburg. They're having it's called the Parajam, and the Parajam is actually going to be a Paracon, and they're also going to have bands playing too. So, which I think was an awesome idea by Black Lantern Paranormal group that's actually from Gettysburg, and they're going to have it going. And
Yeah.
so we're going to be in the morning. We're going to be. That's why we're staying the night before Halloween night at the Hoover House,
Me
because
too.
the next day we got to go and set up at the Parajam, and then after that we're going to go to the Hoover House and investigate that night. And that's Kim. We got a bunch of people coming to that, you know.
Great.
So we should have a good time, you know. And we got rooms, and then the next on Sunday they're supposed to be they're serving, because it's like it's a B&B. It's not just it's a B&B more or less.
Right. Which is
And they're gonna have a big breakfast. I was told by Barry
So
that
happy.
it was going to be a nice breakfast. So I'm looking forward to all this. I really
Me
am.
too.
you
And
know?
the Seekers Chronicles team will be together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be my first full weekend away since May.
That's
Since
awesome.
April.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So you
It's gonna
guys
be a
are
great
lucky
one.
ducks.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
Well, we're looking forward when you come back full time too. You know?
Yeah.
We are looking forward
Yeah.
for that. You
So
know?
this will be my first time in
For sure.
Gettysburg, guys.
Oh, you never been to Gettysburg?
No.
Really?
So what I may do is like come down during the day, because I can come during the day, and I don't know. No, I'm going to be alone, so I guess I'll just walk around Gettysburg alone.
Wow.
What's her name's going to be there too? Christine.
Yeah.
Christine is going to be there.
Christina.
Great.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So
And-
because she's staying the night before also. I don't know
Yeah.
if she's going to the Power Jam. Maybe if you want to stop by the Power Jam, you can stop there also. But I mean, if that's
Yeah.
your first time, you might want to walk around and check out the battlefield or some stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I do.
Well,
That'll be
Anthoiny might let me escape for a little while and come out with you.
okay.
She
I-
never stays long enough with me anyway. She just comes there, she shows up. I'm here. And the next is like, where's Jennie?
Oh my gosh. I set everything up. I helped you set up.
She-
Okay. Last weekend
She
we were
invested in food,
together
so
at
that's what's good
Hollow,
about it.
another Paracon. We had fun.
Ugh,
I know we have fun.
hello.
She
I
feeds
helped
me,
you.
so that was good. That's very good.
And
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
how
fun.
was the hollow?
It was
The
good,
Hollow
of
was-
course.
it was good.
Congratulations, Karen Gale, on the event. It was
was
good.
good.
We saw all our friends, which was really nice. They
Mhm.
screened the trailer of the documentary that Kimm and I are in.
Oh,
At
exciting. How do I see
Have you
that?
seen the trailer?
No.
I will send it to you.
Great.
Yeah, and it'll be out before the 17th, evidently, of
I'm
October. So
curious to see what direction.
we're all in it. We all made the cut, Sergio said. So we're all in it.
You're all in it.
It's
I'm not in it. I was
No.
left out.
no,
Oh,
Huh.
you know how it works. We all do separate projects, but I'm
Yeah.
interested in seeing how that came out.
Mhm.
And no, it was good. It was good. And then that night, you guys, at the beginning of the show, Anthoiny always says, "Where'd you do your investigation this weekend?" Because I know you did. I stayed and did the investigation at the Elks that night at the Hollow. We
yeah.
investigated the Elks Club. And it was really interesting. We had some really interesting things happen. Oh, sorry.
Were,
Drop
were
it.
you in the upstairs, like the Elks room, or did you go down in
We
the
were.
basement too?
Well, both. We did the basement by the bowling alley.
Yeah, that's where I
Um,
wanted to go too.
Yeah, there's like shadow figures down there. And we did the upstairs, and really like EVPs that sounded like one of us, like
Wow.
not, usually on the DRX60, you get a little bit of nothing. It was like out of nowhere, just this guy going, help, like that clear. We were like, what? It was like, shh, help. Oh my gosh. We were all like, whoa. We all heard one of those that you all hear at once and you know what it said. It was so clear. Yeah, pretty cool. We had some good EVPs up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
So I got an investigation in, Anthony.
Yeah, you got your investigation in. Yeah, by the time you got home after the investigation, I was just getting home back to
I
clean.
know.
Oh man, it's like everybody came out that night. It was like, oh, let me park on the George Washington Bridge.
It was a nice day. We were in Kimm's hometown. It was a good day. And also we have, what else do we have coming up? This is almost the end. We have Morris County today. I spent at Speedwell Mansion. I spent at the Speedwell complex. We're going to be doing an event on November 15th. If anybody's in our area, come on out. Morris County Parks Commission. You're going to be there, Kimm? Not sure.
Not sure.
Anthony, you'll be there?
Not sure.
Okay.
I
Hey.
might be working with Kimm needs a
No,
assistant.
actually, I will not be able to be there. I'm away that week.
He's going to be there.
I'm across the world that week.
It's all good. It's all good. But Anthony will be there.
I got to replace Kimm at where she's working.
You can replace
I'm
Kimm.
work with the horses that day.
Ponies.
Yeah, I'm gonna work.
Nobody
my pony.
replaces Kimm.
I'm gonna be working with my ponies.
With the ponies, betting on the ponies.
So that's a great place
Yeah.
too in New Jersey. So we'll be doing that. And what else do you have coming up? What else do we have coming up?
Yeah, Speedwell is great. I love Speedwell.
I adore it
because it is so historic. The telegraph was invented there, and the family, like the history of the family, and because they're like, oh gosh, it's just so good when you can get into a location where not that many families have actually lived and it's pretty pristine and pure. Like that house and that family, the Vale family, has lived there. And the personalities of the people who lived there are very distinct. And I love that house. I really do.
We'll miss you.
One of my good ones.
We'll miss you.
Yeah.
That'll be our last one of the year, but we'll be back there. And I'm going to be doing an event, one of the events with Richard on the 24th at Speedwell.
Great.
So that'll be nice. What else do we have coming up? We got Hoover.
The Mysteries Night, right? The Mysteries Night there at
The
Speedwell.
strangest things, I think it's called. There's some things, strangest things. Yeah.
Fun.
So there we go. And then we're into January.
Podcast tomorrow night. But it's going to be pre-recorded, so they're going to give me.
Oh, Anthony's on a podcast tomorrow night. We'll let you know. Good stuff.
Well, this Sunday, I'm going to White Hill Mansion. I cannot wait to go back there.
Cool.
Cindy Kaza is doing a mediumship demonstration there, and I could not have jumped on those tickets fast enough. So I just was like, Kyle, we're going to go to White Hill Mansion and hang out all day in Hillsborough, maybe find a cafe, and then we're going to go get a medium reading at White Hill Mansion.
Yeah. White Hill. I mean, I saw that.
Go to the pizza place that's like right down the block from that place.
Okay.
And ask for medium stromboli.
Oh God, have you seen that picture?
Medium stromboli? I would eat that.
Yeah. It's bigger than you, Kimm. It'll be bigger than you.
Pound. It's this big.
I'll
send you a picture of it.
That's perfect.
We took pictures of it. It was this big.
It took me 3 days.
Half on the way home. That's an investigation meal. That's
perfect. It took me 3 days to eat it. Yeah. I'm not, me.
I
should have put it down in one meal. It took me 3 days. That's how big it was.
And people were taking pictures of it.
Yeah, people were like, is that for you? I'm like, I asked for a medium, not a. I said, what's a large?
Medium. It was this big. No kidding. No exaggeration.
It was overflowing on the pizza dish.
Cow.
You know, the pizza dish was overflowing.
We have to show
that out was so big.
All right.
Anyway,
well, maybe
have fun. That's cool.
Well, you could do too, if you have time.
We'll have time.
We're going to be there all day. Burlington Prison might have some day tours there.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah, we've been there.
Isn't
yeah,
it great?
Oh, okay.
that is a good one.
I almost said that tonight. That's one of my favorites. Like, I
Isn't it?
love that place.
Yeah, it's so unique. I don't know what it is. I don't know, the walls in the rooms.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you go to the big prisons, right? And the big prisons, but this is
Mhm.
like a micro prison.
Oh yeah, Burlington's amazing. The fireplaces in each cell, and
Yeah.
and the stupid statues that get you every time. They have statues. They're not mannequins. They're statues in each
Yeah.
in some of the cells that are just like
Light.
white. They're solid white. Why they have to be white?
I
They're
don't know.
solid white, and you walk by and you forget every time, and you're like, ah.
They're like human height. They're like,
Yeah.
they look like a
Huge.
human.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
love
place
that
has a
place.
lot
That's one of my
doppelgangers
favorites.
there, you know.
That's one of my draws. Like
There's
you talked about.
doppelgangers
I love
there.
Burlington.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, Anthony?
Doppelgangers.
Yeah.
They're there. Yeah, my brother seen one of. He thought it was me going up the
Oh God,
stairs,
two of you.
and he called me. He's like, Anthony, and I'm like, I'm down. I was down in the basement there. I'm like, what? And he's like, you just went up the stairs. I said, no, I'm coming down the basement. I'm coming up the stairs from the
Two
basement.
Anthonys. You just scared me to death. That's the scariest thing I've
imagine
ever heard.
And he's seen me twice there. So if you see
That's
me
pretty
walking
cool.
around there, yeah, you see me
So-
walking around there and I'm not there.
That's interesting because there is, I know we only have a minute left, but
Yeah.
there is a warden there who actually does kind of look like you.
Really?
He's bald. I know you're not fully bald, but he is bald and he's round face and he has like the round top hat too.
Right.
It looks like me.
Yeah, actually, now that I think
Wow.
about it, I'm like, that's really interesting. He may actually, well, I mean, it could be a doppelganger too, but the
No, I
warden
bet
who
you
I
that-
see on the upstairs, right? Where did your
He
brother?
was going up the stairs, and that's
Yeah.
where the walkway goes across.
Yes, in the upstairs, the third floor or something. That's where I
Mhm.
saw
Yeah,
him on the third floor.
That's really active, that floor.
Yes, yeah.
So,
What a fun show, you guys. We got 30 seconds. So Kim's back, people.
Back in action. Maybe
Kim.
I'm the happiest person ever.
Oh,
everybody, see, we did not hide Kim away from you. She's back, and we have her here, and we
She's
do have to end
back.
the show. We only got a couple of seconds left.
Yeah.
So
We went over last
we're
week.
gonna end the
and
show
Bobby led
again.
us.
We had such a fantastic time with the chat
Wave Chasers.
and the
I know.
audience and everything. The raid chases,
amazing.
Mike and Chris. They were awesome.
They're great people.
They're great
Gave
people.
us
Just to
their
hang out and talk to.
precious time tonight. Precious time.
Yeah.
They're in demand.
That meant a lot. Really
Yeah.
did. What a nice treat for our anniversary.
Yeah, this is our first 1 year anniversary. We're so happy that we made 1 year. Maybe we'll make 2 years and 3, 4, maybe 10 years down the line.
Yeah, you
We'll
never
be like,
know.
hey, we're here. But we so and we had such a great time tonight with the guest. Kim's back.
I know, guys.
She's
Let's do it.
back.
Let's do it. Have a great winter.
We missed you. We really did.
We've so missed you.
We do guys say good night to everybody. I want to thank everybody. And I just remember this. If you're out there on investigations, you want to be safe. You want to look for ghosts. You don't want to be a ghost. Ciao, familia.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye, everyone. See you
Bye.
next week.
Forget about it. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?